In this Power Tips for Outstanding Keynote Speaking, I'm going to talk about really the core of the whole thing, the whole experience of being a keynote speaker, which is content. So context may be queen, content is king. Context is everything around your big ideas, your big insights, your aha moments, your thought leadership, and content is that thought leadership. Now, I come from the school which is, if you're going to be a keynote speaker, really, you should be developing your own content. Now, not everyone is a content making geek like myself. So if you don't make your own content and you use other people's tools and theories and models, it's totally fine. I'm not here to judge, but I would make sure you have your unique take on it, your framing of it, and maybe the intro and outro of someone else's tool or model is yours, something that you bring to the audience that's above and beyond. They can look up online or on a video talk. Honestly, these days you can find out all the content you really want. So if you can find the content you want on a TED Talk or on YouTube or in a book, what's the point of the keynote? The point of the keynote is to bring the content to life in that moment, in that audience, so that they not just know it from a book or read it, but it becomes alive for them in the room. And so that's the way that people most take it on, most try it out for themselves, and most chance of embodying it is if you are there. Transmitting it is the word I would use, transmitting it in real time to the hearts and minds and guts of the people in the room. So that's the first job, is to transmit it. But the other job is, if you're someone like me, a thought leader, is to actually bring new ideas and new insights into that room. Often I have new ideas on a weekly basis, and every time I do a keynote, it's an opportunity for me to share new thought leadership. So if I've maybe written a post on or an article, or sometimes it comes out live in a keynote that I didn't know I was even thinking about. I was processing, obviously, unconsciously, and then it comes out, and then I put it into a slide after the keynote, or an article or a post. So thought leadership is really about originality. It's about taking your entire world of experience, of tools and thinking and practices and frameworks and models and concepts and philosophies and questions and queries and inquiries. It's like bringing yourself fully into the topic at hand. Now, the topic should be one, if it's your topic that you're giving keynotes on, should be one that you are totally in love with. And if it isn't, have a put a question mark on what you're doing in the room. But in entrepreneurship, and disruptive innovation, they often talk about falling in love with a problem. And most people don't fall in love with a problem long enough to go on the long journey of breakthrough or disruptive innovation. And I will say the same thing about thought leadership. If you don't have a problem that captivates you for many years, it's very unlikely you're going to have the energy and the intellectual passion to crack an idea or keep cracking it open, getting deeper and deeper into it. So you need to fall in love with some big problems. Luckily, there are lots of big problems out there that a keynote speaker can help address. And if you fall in love with your topic, or topics, in my case, I have more than one topic, they all come back to the same thing, which is how do human beings adapt to constant challenge, constant change, and come out with more ideas, more creativity, more energy, more integrity, more leadership, more innovation, more transformation than they had before, so they can adapt to the world. But within that mega topic, there are 15, 20 topics, subtopics that people brief for keynote speakers to talk about, whether it's purpose, whether it's AI, they all wrap into my Uber topic. But you might have a smaller niche topic, and that's totally fine too. But you've got to fall in love with it. To create great content, whether you're a filmmaker or an author, you have to fall in love with the problem that you then want to solve with your concepts and your ideas and your thought leadership and your insights. And then the job becomes, how do I speak about it? How do I frame it? What language do I use? What images do I use? What metaphors do I use to transmit it so other people can take it, rather than it staying in my mind and in my brain, that comes into theirs and they have the aha moments. And that can take quite a long time to nuance our content, our thought leadership, and change it and change the language. And maybe we think of a shape instead of a picture, or a new picture, or a new concept, or a new word. And the key then, once we've got good framing, good metaphor, good simile, all those kind of things, is we want to make it actionable. We want to make something you can take and do something with. So that's quite a lot. You've got to fall in love with the problem long enough to have genuine original thought around it, which takes time, years, not usually days or weeks. Then you have to turn your aha insights into some transmittable form that other people who may not be a geek like you are about your topic can take it and enjoy it and even just understand it. And then you have to try and make it actionable, practical, useful, valuable for them to actually run with in the gnarly, gritty realities where all life and all leadership play out. So that is content. It's not just something that comes on a flight somewhere, you have an idea and that's it done. It's something you work at and you push and you push. As they say in book writing, which I've done a few of, writing the book is easy. Editing the book is hard because you're going to rewrite and rewrite maybe 9, 10, 15 times if your editor thinks it's still not clear, the narrative, the red line. And if you're someone like me in the world sharing big ideas about big topics, and most of the topics today are big that we have to cope with, whether it's high performance teamwork or whether it's AI or whether it's sustainability, then to untangle complex thought needs editing, lots of editing in a book, and the same thing in a keynote. You'll need to edit your slides, edit your thoughts, edit, clear away content that's irrelevant, sacrifice complexity for simplicity, but never go so simple that you undermine the complexity of the world. Hope that's helpful. Please follow me, share to people who you think might find this valuable, ask me any questions you want, etc., etc. Speak soon.